A famine of the word, man. You ain't gonna be able to have access to this knowledge, to this truth, to the prophets, to the Lord's mouthpiece. You ain't gonna have access to us, man. You're gonna be stuck with you and demons around you, and you're gonna be fucked, man. If you don't, those who don't listen to the teachers, tells you that in Proverbs 5, you're gonna be burned up by nuclear fire, and you're gonna be wishing you listened to your teachers. It says that in Proverbs 5:11. It says, "And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed by what? By nuclear fire." In verse 12, "And say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me." See, you don't listen to your teachers. Instead, you have people that, well, they want to take over and be the teacher. They want to teach the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You can't teach the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai who have been diligent. Your sword ain't sharp enough to teach the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see? Those same people that think they can, they think they got the truth. They think they break down the scriptures correctly. They're going to be consumed with nuclear fire, wishing, man, I should have listened to them prophets. Man, I shouldn't have been cussing out them prophets. Man, I shouldn't have been talking shit and mocking the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's how it is, man. You got a lot of people with pride and arrogancy, and they're too prideful to shut their mouth and listen to the truth. Instead, they want to go try and teach you lies they've been taught in captivity. Shit happens all the time, man. You people are going to be consumed by nuclear fire. It's what it is. And you know what? The sword of the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua much sharper than yours. So it's best that you just humble yourself, let go of your pride, and just shut the F up and listen. Straight up. Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 9. For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts and that passed by and the hissing of serpents, because these people are going to be in the wilderness, man, trying to move off the grid, because Esau Edom's going to be hunting them down with their martial law military. So people are going to, those so-called doomsday preppers, they're going to be off the grid, so they're going to be in the wilderness, and they're going to be fucking scared of animals, beasts, serpents, snakes hissing. They're going to have all kind of terrors come upon them. Verse 10, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided. For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience always forecasteth grievous things. For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succours which reason offereth. All right, what verse am I on? Salakia. All right, let's see here. Verse 11. For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being oppressed with conscience always forecasteth grievous things. For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succours which reason offereth, an expectation from within. Being less counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment. Right. So they didn't trust in this truth because of the ignorance. So they're going to be, the torment's going to cause them more pain than if they would have just listened. Right. Verse 14. But they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted with heart failing them for sudden fear, and not looked for came upon them. See, so things that they don't realize is going to come upon them, their greatest fears are going to touch them, right? And this has already happened, but this is going to happen even on a larger scale in a more devastating fashion in these days we're coming on, the last days. They're going to be vexed. Monstrous apparitions. Let's talk about a demon-like ghosts, things. They're going to see ghosts, whether they're there or not. They're going to see them. They're going to be tripping, because part of when you go through famine and hunger, you start having delusional thoughts. So this is going into that. And, the Lord's going to put spirits and thoughts and torments upon them. So that's why it's like, hey, you better off hearkening. If you're of the elect, you will. Verse 16. So then whosoever there fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars. For whether he were husbandman or shepherd or a laborer in the field, he was overtaken and endured with that necessity which cannot be avoided, for they were all bound with one chain of darkness. So it's going to come on all types of people, these apparitions, these torments, these basically just losing your mind. The Lord's going to make people lose their mind, man. Why would you not be a part of this truth if you were an Israelite? If you had the opportunity to repent, why would you not? Verse 18. Whether, oh shit, Salakia. Anyway. 18. Whether it were a whistling wind or a melodious noise of birds among the spreading branches, or a pleasing fall of water running violently, or a terrible sound of stones cast down, or a running that could not be seen of skipping beasts, or a roaring voice of most savage wild beasts, or a rebounding echo from the hollow mountains, these things made them to swoon for fear, for the whole world shined with clear light, and none were hindered in their labor. Over them only was spread a heavy night, an image of that darkness which should afterwards receive them, but yet they were unto themselves more grievous than the darkness. So this is, in time past, but this is going to happen again, and it's going to happen on a large scale, and people are going to be fucked up. So I'm going to go ahead and close out because I've got a mess to clean up now. Anyway, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, one acknowledge Akim, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.